Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your love reading for July 2021. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect, and Venus, because we're doing love, also Venus, setting the intention for Venus signs as well. If you're tired of love readings, you came to the right channel. You just clicked on the wrong video. I do weekly forecasts where we talk about everything other than love. Once a month, I do a love reading, and that's what this is here. So let's go ahead and connect here and see what is going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week, not the week ahead, the month ahead, July 2021, and Venus sign as well. Alrighty, my dears, let's go ahead and connect and see what's happening in the Sagittarius collective. So the first card coming up here is the Knight of Cups. Now, don't groan, don't panic, don't get upset. There's something that a lot of us don't realize about the Knight of Cups. I know a lot of people have been watching tarot readings for love and romance for a long time. And people see the Knight of Cups and it's like, oh, this person's a player, this person's a romancer, this person's a womanizer, or a Don Juan, or they're not serious. And that can be the case sometimes, okay? This is coming up as like the first card out the gate. So like this is kind of setting the vibe here coming into it. For some of you, this Knight of Cups can be a message of love, somebody confessing feelings to you. Some of you could be dealing with a somewhat youthful, not immature, but maybe somewhat youthful water sign. So that would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. However, one of the things that I've seen in my readings, sometimes people go through a Knight of Cups period, and some of you are coming out of it, okay? But Spirit needs you to understand why it happened. Knight of Cups is not going to go after low-hanging fruit. Knight of Cups is going to be about the adventure, about the thrill of catching the eye of somebody worthy, somebody worthwhile, okay? So you may find yourself getting a lot of attention, you may find yourself being pursued, and Spirit may allow this, even though you might be like, oh my gosh, just, universe, send me my person already. Spirit may allow this because Spirit is trying to teach you that you deserve to receive attention, you deserve to receive these compliments, and that you have no obligation whatsoever to give anything of yourself that you're not comfortable giving, okay? So sometimes we get pursued because Spirit is trying to allow us to accept that attention, but also know that we're not obligated or pressured to do something we don't want to do or we're not feeling. Knight of Cups for me in my readings in general comes up when we're coming into a period and a time of pursuing the things that make our hearts smile, pursuing the things that inspire us. It's a sense of beauty, a sense of romance, okay? So it's a vibe, it's a feeling. It's not just a certain specific type of person, okay? And so some of you are setting out to find beauty, adventure, romance, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to be in player energy or that you're going to be stuck in like a player energy. This is like a romantic, adventurous, inspired, like lust for life kind of feeling here. The next card that's coming up here, see, I told you. What did I tell you? What did I tell you, Sagittarius? Do you doubt me still? Do you doubt me still? Your next card coming up is Two of Cups. Hello? Can you tell me out of all the tarot, a more like love-based, lover, happy relationship card than Two of Cups? Two of Cups is perfect match. Two of Cups is soulmate love, right? But my favorite thing about Two of Cups typically comes up, at least what I've seen in my reading for people over the years. Two of Cups is like when giver meets giver, right? You might be the kind of person that you've done a lot for the people in your life. Or like when you love somebody or you care about them, you will go that extra mile. But unfortunately, when we have a good heart like that, and we give like that, and we're loyal like that, we attract people who just want to take. Who just want to take and take and take and take and take. And this Knight of Cups is coming in like, let me serve you, Sagittarius. You are so amazing. You are so wonderful. How may I be of service to you? Okay? Two of Cups for me in my readings is giver meets giver. This is the kind of relationship where each person is thinking about how they can make their partner happy. What can I do to make Sagittarius happy today? You know, what would put a smile on Sagittarius's face? What would mean a lot to Sagittarius? And you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this person's so awesome. This person's so amazing. What can I do to make them happy, right? So when you have a relationship that each partner is thinking, how can I make my partner happy? That's the kind of relationship that's going to go on forever and ever and ever, right? Because you guys are feeding each other. You guys are nourishing each other. You guys are looking out for each other. I also feel, Sagittarius, that some of you have this really deep wound. I don't know if it came up in your weekly reading for the 21st through the 27th. If you're one of my regulars, let me know, because I feel like it came up for one of the other signs, but I can't remember if it was Sagittarius or not. But like this wound of like, people not being loyal, people not having your back, like even within your family circle growing up, even within family, it may have been like, you know, every man for himself, you know, kind of energy. And you haven't really had a lot of experience with people coming in and like looking out for you or having your back or being there for you. And so a lot of you are manifesting this kind of loyalty, this kind of companionship, you know, someone who has your best interest at heart, Sagittarius. I think for a lot of you, it's been a long time since you've had somebody who had your best interest at heart, but this is happening, right? This is happening. And for many of you, you're coming out of a long time of just kind of shutting down, or being on your own, or being single, and you're the one who's in the Knight of Cups energy. You're pursuing your passions. You're pursuing the things that make your heart smile. You're pursuing the things that you enjoy doing, that inspire you. And you're finding that like-minded person. You're finding that exact and perfect match in that process. I do feel, Sagittarius, that you guys have Archangel Raphael around you a lot right now. Like a lot. I feel like Raphael is around the Sagittarius collective, as it were. And so, I don't know, maybe some of you are feeling really called or attracted to the color green, or certain crystals that he's associated with. Typically any green crystal, really. But I feel like some of you may be picking up on that or feeling that. Raphael is associated with healing, all matters of healing, including healing the heart, like in an emotional sense, and romance and true love and soulmates. So I feel something is happening here with the Sagittarius collective, and like learning healthy love, learning real love, having that balance. You guys have Uriel around you a lot too. I feel Uriel coming in. Uriel is associated with orange and yellow, and he's going to be about shining light on a situation, allowing something to be seen. He's going to help with overcoming obstacles and challenges almost effortlessly, very quickly. Okay, so some of you might have like this strong sense of confidence right now, where you're feeling very like, I want to go out there, I want to put myself out there, I want to go for it. You know, you might be feeling a little bit more ambitious, and you're being aligned with this soulmate or this partner. Uriel, what else was I going to say about Uriel? Bringing light. Okay, so about like the light, I do feel like there's, in this process too, for some of you, it's like you're getting a chance to stand out, or you're getting a chance to be seen. Like you're getting comfortable with being more visible, being acknowledged, standing out. Um, I feel some of you may do something where you may be presenting something. I feel for some of you Sagittarius, in July, something is happening where you're having to present something. So I don't know if it's like a like a Toastmasters situation, or if it's like a work situation, or if you're being asked to teach or lead a group. But I feel some of you are in a position where you're having to speak, and some of you are reluctant about it. You don't want to do it. You might even be trying to get out of it, but like you're getting stuck. Sorry to tell you, you're getting stuck doing it. But I feel in this process, somebody is approaching you after, and they're so blown away by what you said, right? Like this person is like listening to you talk, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I think Sagittarius might be the one. I gotta go talk to Sagittarius. Obviously, this is a general reading. That's not going to be for every single one of you. But I'm feeling, I keep seeing that. Like, Spirit keeps showing me that. Like, you might be on the stage and you might be speaking, and somebody is coming up to you afterwards, and like they're just like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. And I mean, the rest is history from there. The next card that's coming in is the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is a card that some people see it and they're like, oh, this is a bummer, this is scary, this is rejection, this is being left out in the cold, this is money problems. Actually, and you can look this up. You can do your own research when I talk about the meanings of the cards. I welcome you to Google. I welcome you to read tarot books and read up about this. Okay? The Five of Pentacles is just uncertain times. Going through uncertain times. And for some of you Sagittarius, money might not be, maybe it's not the worst it's ever been. Maybe for some of you it is. Maybe it's not the worst it's ever been, but it might not be as good as it once was. And a lot of you might be going through some kind of transition. You know, maybe you're going through a career change. Things could have happened with everything that's been going on in the world, and maybe you've been like, okay, you know what, I gotta change careers, can't do the old job anymore. Or maybe just as a part of your spiritual awakening, you've decided to do something differently. And so some of you have this insecurity where you're like, but I don't know if somebody's gonna want to be with me because maybe I don't have my stuff together right now as much as I would like to, right? Or maybe I don't have as much as I once did. There could be a little bit of insecurity for you on your end in terms of like, you know, is somebody gonna want me right now? Because I'm going through these changes, and these changes are also affecting the financial situation. But Five of Pentacles is like in that uncertain time, in that time of when money might not be so clear to us and super secure, we find the people who have our back. We find the people who are in our life for the right reason and who are going through that with us. Like, they're right there with us. They're going through it with us. And we bond. We bond through, I'm not going to call it a struggle, but we bond through that transition. We bond through that journey, right? It's like a real deal, sincere connection. And it's somebody who is right there with you in those uncertain times. Okay? I sometimes say it's the kind of time, like Five of Pentacles is the kind of times, like those of us who are older, right? Those of us who are older, and not that I'm like a senior, you know, but you know, I'm in that middle age range. You know, those of us who've been here for a bit, you know, we might kind of look back and we might think about when we first were in college or something, right? And we're like, oh my gosh, I remember digging around in the couch cushions trying to find change so I could go get like a 99-cent taco or a 49-cent cheeseburger. Remember that? Remember when there was the 49-cent cheeseburgers at McDonald's, right? And like we were like living off ramen. We might remember those times and we might just kind of laugh about them, because even though they were challenging, there was a certain romance about them. There's like a certain flair about them. So it's like that time that you guys can look back at later and kind of laugh about. Like, oh my gosh, remember when we were eating ramen on the floor of this little studio because we didn't have furniture yet? Maybe some of you it's not that bad. Maybe for some of you it's worse than that. But you're remembering like there's a fondness, and there's like a coming together, and there's a we went through that together kind of vibe or energy with the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Your next card coming up here, Sagittarius, is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords can be fear of taking action. Okay? And I feel that this is directly connected to the Five of Pentacles. Some of you are like, well, this person can't be into me. Or there's no way that I could find love right now because, I'm not where I want to be financially. But you're already on that path of pursuing the things that inspire you, that make you happy. That opens you up to receive. And that attracts people to you. In fact, it attracts high vibrational soulmates to you. The more that we're living in our authenticity, and the more that we're involved in the things that genuinely bring us joy, the more we're going to have our soulmates come to us, right? The healthy soulmates, the happy soulmates, not the ones who are coming to, rip out our heart and test our boundaries. Not those kinds of lessons. So Two of Swords, some of you Sagittarius, like you're kind of blind to it and you're pushing it away, or you're not wanting to take action because things aren't exactly perfect yet. But Two of Swords comes in telling us there's nothing worse than standing still. And for me in my reading, some of you have heard me say this, when the Two of Swords comes up, there's going to be a sense or a feeling here of not wanting to take action, but there's a warning that I've seen. It's like, if you don't take action and if you don't take the steps you're being guided to take, there's gonna be a tower moment, right? Like Spirit is gonna come in and push you off the diving board to get you going, not to punish you, but to keep you from being stuck in a rut and to move you in that new direction, right? You can go in the direction willingly, and you can find the right people, the right person for you along the way in the process. Or you can say, oh, it's too scary, I'm going to stay here in my comfort zone, and have disappointment after disappointment after disappointment until Spirit comes in and says, okay, time to come out of your hiding place. We're pushing you off the diving board, right? People get mad, and I see it in the comments. I see people come in and they get angry and they're like, I'm so sick of these effing towers and F this and F that, and they just come in and they get so angry, and it's like they're so like cursing against God, cursing against the universe, cursing against the angels. The tower moments aren't happening to ruin your life. They're happening to keep us from getting stuck. We don't have a tower here, at least I don't think so. I don't think this is a tower, but we'll see right now. This is just saying like, hey, heads up. This is how you can avoid that from happening. Get moving. It's time to get moving. It's time to move on. And when and if you do, that's when you're going to meet the right person, or have happiness coming into your relationship. Have joy coming into your relationship, right? Your next card coming up here, my dears, is the Page of Wands. And this could be you in your cute little Sagittarius energy or cute little fire sign energy. Page of Wands is passion. It's ambition. It's going for it, right? It can be a sense of like putting yourself out there. Like I said, I felt some of you have this sense of confidence and you're ready to be seen and you're ready to put yourself out there. Now, I've said this in the weekly readings when the Page of Wands has come up, and some of you may have heard it. But for me in my readings, one of the things I've noticed, Page of Wands can be, we talk a lot about, when we talk about healing, we talk a lot about the inner child, right? Like, oh, let your inner child come to the surface, or your inner child is really at the surface right now. Page of Wands for me can sometimes indicate your inner teenager. Your inner teenager is at the surface. And so some of you might be going through in July like this second adolescence where you're like expressing yourself, you're finding your style, you're finding your vibe, what you're into, what you like, your ambitions, your dreams, crushes, attractions, getting out there, dating, feeling cute, right? Because obviously with teenagers, there is the element or the feeling sometimes when we feel a little bit sad, or we feel like a little bit like depressed, like that whole emo teenager vibe, like shutting yourself up in the room and listening to sad music. But there's also the side of teenager when like it's really confident, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna like live a great life, and oh my gosh, like I want to get out there and like noticing your crushes and stuff, and finding your clique, finding your group. And that's the kind of teenage energy that I feel with the Page of Wands. So a lot of you are getting your fire back. Okay, a lot of you are getting your fire back. And this is what's igniting the love life. This is what's bringing passion and romance and beauty into the love life. Okay, some of you could be dealing with a younger or very playful fellow fire sign person. Obviously, fire signs are going to be Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Okay, so some of you, this can be a person coming in. There is a little bit of a warning, especially having it follow the Two of Swords. For those of you where the Page of Wands, well, no, it could even be within yourself. So for some of you, this is someone who's coming in with this energy and influencing you. For some of you, you're in this energy. But there's one kind of downfall with the Page of Wands, right? Like if you think about like a teenager who's in that really ambitious, confident energy, like they know everything. You can't tell them nothing, right? Like there's no way they're going to fail and everything is going to be perfect and they're just going to go and make everything happen. And Page of Wands can sometimes be in that same mindset. Page of Wands can be very impulsive and into taking risks, right? Like, I'm just gonna go for it, like just in the moment, right? Like, I'll deal with the consequences later. But you gotta remind yourself that, hey, there could be consequences. And so you wanna make your choices and your decisions cautiously, right? You don't wanna be too reckless. You don't wanna go too far. You don't wanna get too carried away. So keep that in mind. Like, keep yourself grounded, keep yourself balanced. For some of you, this person might be really, really like tempting you to take a walk on the wild side. And, don't go farther than you're comfortable doing. Okay? Set those boundaries early and think about them, But sometimes Page of Wands can be very much like the Fool card, where you're just like, taking a leap and you're not thinking about it. And, try to keep your senses about you. Try to keep your senses about you. And, don't go farther than what you're comfortable doing. Okay? Whether it's within love or physical intimacy, or if this person is like inspiring you and encouraging your creativity and encouraging you to take risks in your life. Right? It's good to have a cheerleader, like with that Two of Cups energy, to have like somebody who has your back, but don't let them push you out there further than what you're comfortable doing, right? You can't always go big or go home, because what if you gotta go home and you don't want to go home, right? Or you go too big and then you're like, oh gosh, now how am I gonna get home, right? So keep this in mind. All right, you may want to check out your moon sign, rising sign, your Venus sign if this is none of those. sometimes they might resonate with you more. Don't forget to check out the weekly forecasts. I know love is fun, it's a part of the human experience. We all want to know about it, but don't forget about you and your journey. Check out the love reading, the weekly forecast where we do everything but love. And then if you want a private reading with me, you can schedule by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. And be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.